In the beginning, a baker and his wife are shown who run their own bakery. Both of them have no child yet. Because of this, both of them remain very sad and worried. Later, one night a witch comes to their house. The baker says to her, "You must have come to eat something, but I have nothing to eat." The witch says, "I have not come to eat anything, but to tell you something. Many years ago, when you were very young, your dad used to live here. At that time, your mom was about to have a baby. This means any of your siblings, and she only craved to eat vegetables. And then one night your dad came to steal vegetables from my garden. If I wanted, I could have made him anything of the statue with my magic. But I did not do that. I just told your dad that whenever you have a baby, I will take it." Hearing this, your dad started running away from there. But on the way, he took the magical seeds from my garden, which my mom had given me, and said, "Take care of these seeds. If they are lost, you will be punished." Then as soon as your dad climbed the wall while taking the seeds, the lightning started shining in the sky. And I was punished according to my mother's words. That is a very terrible appearance. Because of this, I have become a witch today and look like this. Now, I was very angry with this. I wanted to take revenge on your dad. That's why when your sister was born, I stole her. And also gave her a curse that no child will be born in your house, so that your generation does not grow. And because of this, you also have no child today. Baker did not know this before today. He asks the witch, "Is there a brother of mine?" On which she says no. "In fact, you have a sister, but now she is mine. I can't tell you anything about her. But yes, if you want your family to end this curse, then you will have to bring 4 things for me within 3 days. Because after 3 days, the full moon will come out in the sky. And this day is very special. It comes once in 100 years. The first thing in these things is a cow that is white like milk. The second is a cloth that is red like blood. The third is a hair that is as yellow as the hair of corn. The fourth is a shoe that is as shiny as gold. Now, you go to the jungle quickly so that you can get all these things." Before going, Baker's wife gives her husband a coat to wear. But he throws that coat to the witch, saying that this is my dad's coat. I will not wear it. Because everything happened because of him. Then his wife sees that the same seed has come out of the coat pocket and has fallen out. After seeing this, she understands that it is the same magical seed that Baker's dad had stolen from the witch's garden. Then we see a girl Cinderella who lives with her stepmother and sisters. All the work is taken from Cinderella. One day, her stepmother and sisters were going to the king's celebration. Then Cinderella says that I will also go with you. On which she makes fun of her that you will go there in this looks. Look at your clothes, look at your shoes. Everyone will make fun of you. They will laugh at you. Then his mother deliberately throws lentils there, and asks her to pick it up. First do your work, then come. After their departure, Cinderella goes to her mother's grave, which was in the jungle. Here Cinderella had planted a plant, which had grown a lot because of her tears today. Because she was very sad and crying. Here she closes her eyes and says that I want to ask for something today. Then she sees her mother's soul on the tree, who says that my daughter, you can ask for anything you want today. And then the next moment, Cinderella's clothes start changing. She gets a very beautiful golden-colored dress on her body, and very beautiful golden shoes on her feet. In the jungle, Baker is looking for those 4 things. Meanwhile, he sees a child who wore a cover on his frock, whose color was red like blood. Then a witch comes here. Baker tells her that why don't you get all these things yourself? She says that I can't touch any of those 4 things. She says that she leaves from here. Baker forcibly snatches her red cover from that child, from which she starts screaming. Then he has to return that cover to her. After this, that child hits Baker on the foot and leaves from there. Then Baker's wife also comes to him. Here in the jungle, a child Jack is seen, who had a cow, exactly as they wanted. It was as white as milk. Baker asks that child Jack, "Where are you going?" On which he says, I was going to the city to sell my cow. But I have forgotten my way. Baker asks him, how much will you sell your cow for? He tells him 5 gold coins. But both husband and wife don't have a single gold coin. Baker's wife says to him, we don't have 5 coins. But we have 5 magical seeds. In return, give us this cow. Jack agrees to this, because he loves his cow very much. That's why he says that one day I will definitely come to take my cow back from you. As soon as he says this, he leaves from there. Now both husband and wife had one thing. Then they begin to go that way, where the girl with the red cover had gone. The girl has gone to her grandmother's house, where a wolf was lying on in her grandmother's appearance, and he had swallowed her grandmother. The girl is surprised and asks, Grandma, why your ears seem big? Then Baker stands outside their house. He hears the girls scream, and immediately enters the house. He sees that the wolf has eaten the girl along with her grandmother, and is sleeping now. Then Baker tears the wolf's stomach, and takes out his grandmother and child, which saves their lives. Seeing this, the girl happily gives the red cover to Baker. And now Baker had 2 things. We see Cinderella, who after wearing her beautiful dress, went to the king's party in the palace. She was running to go from here. She had actually danced with the prince at the party. He started to like her in the first glance. He was also following Cinderella, and she was running away from him. She ran into the jungle, where Baker's wife sees her on the way. Then Cinderella hides here. The prince asks Baker's wife, have you seen a girl running away from here? On which she refuses, because she thinks they are dangerous people. So the prince leaves from there. Then Cinderella and Baker's wife start talking to each other. Then Baker's wife sees that the shoes she is wearing are golden, exactly same as they want. Now before that, she asks Cinderella for her shoes. Her cow runs away from here. That's why she has to go after her cow. In the meantime, Cinderella also runs away from there. That's why she doesn't get her cow, nor the gold shoes. The next morning, we see the prince and his brother in the jungle. His brother tells the prince that there is a very tall building in the jungle, which has no way to go inside. There is a girl at the top of the building, whose name is Rapunzel, who is too cute. Her hair is very long and golden, just like corn hair. I like her very much. One day I wanted to meet her. I said, Rapunzel, throw your hair down. And when she threw her hair down, I went up through her. Now Baker's wife listens, and because she also wanted golden hair, that's why she also goes to that building and says, Rapunzel, throw your hair down. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair to me. And then Rapunzel opens the window and comes here, which was really very beautiful. And this is none other than Baker's sister, who has been kept here by the witch. But she doesn't know this. That's why she considers the witch her mother. Baker's wife then says, Rapunzel, throw your hair down. And this time she throws her hair down. After cutting the hair, Baker's wife runs away from here. She goes straight to her husband, where her husband had also found the cow. And now they had 3 things. Then we see the same girl Jack, who had reached home, and when his mother finds out that he sold his cow for only 5 seeds, then she gets very angry at him that you are stupid. You sold your cow for 5 useless seeds. After saying this, she throws those seeds here. Then the next morning Jack sees that there is a very big tree outside his house, which is touching the heights of the sky, and now he starts climbing on it. Then at night, he comes to Baker and his wife after taking a golden egg, and says, now I want my cow back. Baker's wife is very surprised to see the egg. She says, I have never seen such a big egg before. That too of gold. Where did you get it from? Jack says, the magical seed you gave me. Because of it, a very big tree was formed, which goes to the other world. There no humans live but any other creature, which are called giants, and they are very big in size. Big enough that we humans look like small insects in front of them. I brought this egg from there. Baker forbids him from returning his cow. And when they were arguing, Then suddenly the cow falls down, and immediately it dies. Meanwhile, the voice of the witch comes from the sky, which says, 2 days have passed, and now you have only 1 day left. When the witch comes home, she sees that the prince's brother has come to meet Rapunzel, which makes her very angry. That's why after her departure, she cuts Rapunzel's hair. So, they can't meet again. Then when Jack was going home, he meets the same girl who gave the red cover to Baker. He also shows that girl a golden egg, and tells her that I have brought it from the world of giants. There was a very big giant hen there. She laid this egg, and there is also such a thing that plays music there. Without touching it, it plays very beautiful music. The girl says, "How can this be possible? You are lying. If this is true, then you bring that thing and show it." Then Jack listens to her, and goes to the world of giants, and steals that thing from their song. Then this time a giant sees him. He starts following him and begins to climb down the tree. But before he comes to the ground, Jack cuts that tree with an axe. And because of that, the giant dies because of falling from the height. Cinderella once again leaves the king's party and runs away. But this time her feet get stuck on the stairs, because the prince had put something here. So, Cinderella can't run away from here. Then she takes off her shoes and sits on the side. And she tells the prince that I don't want to meet you. Because when you find out the truth about me, then you will never accept me. Then she leaves her one shoe there, and leaves with only one shoe. When she reaches the jungle, then Baker's wife was here today, because she was waiting for Cinderella. She tells her that I want your shoe, but Cinderella refuses to give it to her. Then Baker's wife gives her the last magical seed. Cinderella throws it in anger. Now Baker's wife tells her to do this. So take both my shoes, so that you can run easily. Then Cinderella agrees, and gives her golden shoe to her. Now Baker's wife goes to her husband. Now Baker also brought a new cow. Now because all 4 things had come to them, that's why the witch comes here. After seeing this cow, she says, "This is not the cow I want." On which Baker says, "The cow you want is dead." The witch says there is no problem. I will bring it back to life. And then they go there, where they buried the cow. Here the child Jack was also there. Whose cow was this? The witch with her magic brings the cow back to life. After which the cow is fed these 3 things one by one. But the cows did not give milk. Because of which their curse, this trouble is over. The witch says the things you have brought, there was definitely something wrong with them. Then they start telling her, which things we brought from where. And when she hears that the golden hair was Rapunzel's, then she says I touched her hair. That's why our work did not happen. Jack has corn, that's why he says that there are golden hairs in it too. So why don't we feed this to the cow? And when they feed the cow with corn, then she starts giving milk. After drinking this, the punishment of the witch ends. She becomes beautiful again. That is, she comes back to her original state. There at every place the prince. Cinderella's left shoe. He was looking at everyone wearing it. Because he can't recognize Cinderella by looking. Actually when she went to the party, she changed her look a little. Cinderella's stepsisters also wear that shoe. But it doesn't fit them. Then her mom says to one of them, I will have to cut your finger. And she also cuts his finger, with which the shoe fits in her feet completely. But because of the pain, she was not able to wear it properly. The prince understands that this is not Cinderella. And then Cinderella comes here, whose clothes were very old and torn. Then when the prince makes her wear the shoe, then it completely fits her. Then the prince understands that she is the girl I am looking for. That's why he takes her with him. Then many birds, who were friends of Cinderella, they attack the eyes of his mother and his sisters, with which she becomes blind. After some time, they get married, in which all the people of the town come. Here Baker and his wife also come, who now have a son. Rapunzel and the prince's brother are also together now. During the wedding, the land suddenly starts shaking, because of which their palace starts breaking. The prince tells all these people to go back to their homes. After this, the same tree is shown in the jungle, through which Jack had gone to the world of giants. Actually, the last seed that Cinderella had thrown in the jungle. This tree has grown at its place, when Baker and his wife were going through the jungle with their child. Then they see the whole road changed. Then they see the girl with the red cover here, who tells them that our whole town is ruined. And because of changing everything, I am not even getting my grandmother's house. In such a long time, the rest of the people also come here. Then through that big tree, a giant comes here. Who is the wife of that giant, whose death was caused by the cutting of the tree? She says, I want that boy, who had cut that tree, because of which my husband died. The witch was also there. She knows who had cut that tree. That is, Jack. She says to him, okay, we will give you that boy by evening. After hearing this, the giant leaves from here. Now everyone goes to find Jack. In the jungle, the baker sees Cinderella sitting sadly in one place. She is in her old clothes. She says, I have left the prince's palace, because my husband prince is not a good boy. He has also made relations with other girls. We see Prince, who was really such a person. He was now with Baker's wife. After living with her for some time, he leaves from here. Then the same giant comes here, because of which the earth starts to shake. Trees start to fall. To escape from all this, when Baker's wife comes to the edge of the mountain, then she falls from here, which causes her death. Here, they all were accusing each other of responsible for these circumstances. Because of those seeds, the tree was made, through which the giant came into our world. Because of this, everyone lost someone from their own family. But later they accuse witch responsible for everything. On which the witch says, yes, it is all my fault. That's why I should be punished for it. She tells her mother, punish me again. As soon as she says that, a circle of a very dangerous storm is made there, in which the witch dies due to suffocation. Baker is very sad because of his wife's death. That's why he leaves his son here with them. He walks alone on the other side of the forest. That's when he sees his father's soul, who says to him, after your mother's death, I also left you. Don't ever do what I did with my children. Otherwise, you will never be able to forgive yourself. Baker understands his father's words. That's why he comes back to his son. Then they decide to trap the giant in the same storm and kill him, in which the witch died due to suffocation. And then the giant comes here. On her, some birds that were Cinderella's friends attack first. Then all these people also attack her together. They also bring her into the storm circle. It was such a big and dangerous storm that this giant also dies. Along with that, the big tree also breaks down, through which she came down. Now all the people who were left here were all alone. That is, they had no one in this world. That's why they all decide to live together. Here, Baker also decides that I will also show myself a good dad. And with this hope, this film ends here.